Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are now in the midst of our cold spell and the chances of snow are increasing, possibly even some significant snow, and the confidence is increasing as well. So in today's video we're going to kind of look at these snow risks, when they're going to be, how much snow is going to fall, that kind of thing. Just still a kind of brief look at the overall pattern because that's always important. You can see we're now really underneath that cold air coming in from the northeast, and it's been properly chilly today. Some places well, most places we're in the low single digits, and overnight we're going to see temperatures widely at sub-0 degrees. And you can see by tomorrow, with a low to the south of us, we're going to have that snow conducive air covering all of the UK and Ireland, and that hangs around into the weekend, and then kind of starts to and then into next week as well, before things start to change. We're only really going to be focusing on the next few days, and we've already got a few snow risks shaping up, even during today, tomorrow and Friday. So I'm going to look at this graphic that I made on my Twitter and posted about 5-10 minutes ago. Unfortunately, it's quite a rush graphic because I don't have much time, but it gives you a fairly nice idea of the general regions at risk of snow, and it's valid from today into the very end of tomorrow. So you can see all of the east coast of England and Scotland is at risk from these snow showers, perhaps briefly more organised periods of snow, which will be moving in from the east and northeast, bringing anywhere from no accumulation, a dusting, to maybe a couple of centimetres. And it's possible that some places under this region will not see any snow. Maybe they'll see a few falling flakes, maybe they'll see nothing, because showers are very hit and miss, they're hard to forecast, so we can't guarantee places seeing snow. But this is the general most likely region. And then also on the flip side of that, it's possible that some places in this kind of lighter blue zone also do see slightly higher totals than kind of 2 centimeters as well. We have similar kind of 0 to 2 centimeter zones across parts of Ireland, especially high ground here, likely to be a bit kind of sleety mix as well further down, but still could lead to some accumulations, possibly even a bit higher than that over the higher ground. And then similar situation to the south, we have, and I'll talk about this more detailed, all of these risks in more detail in a second, but across the south we have a small area where we could see some snow, possibly accumulating to a couple of centimeters, but the higher you go, the increased risk of accumulation. And across parts of high ground of the southwest, we could see as much as 5 centimeters, possibly a bit more. Similarly, across parts of northeast Scotland and northern England, we could see slightly higher accumulations, but the biggest accumulations are likely to be across the mountains and high ground of northeast Scotland, where we could see possibly 10, maybe even a bit more centimeters. Starting off by taking a look at the radar, you can see we have showers moving in quite widely. Let's just turn the weather type on. Those are likely to be kind of wintry mix along the coasts, but further inland those are likely to be snow, as you can see here. So not so much kind of showers across Scotland at the moment. We have showers pushing in across southern Scotland and northeast England, and actually last night we saw a fair bit of snowfall across high ground in Yorkshire, as you can see here on Twitter. I recommend you follow North Yorkshire Weather, really good account, but you can see these are the kind of accumulations that we saw yesterday. But during the course of the next few days, we're likely to see increasing accumulations from those showers. If we just zoom in, if we use this French model here, zoom in to the UK, you can see we have that cold northeasterly flow during this model doesn't show the temperatures at 1.5 kilometers. Okay, here we go. So we have this cold northeasterly flow during tomorrow, like that, as you can see, and the temperature difference between the North Sea and the much colder air will create instability and allow those showers to form. And as they kind of push up against the coast, they will drop the kind of all the precipitation that they're holding, and so that's why we're going to get these snow showers in these areas. And it's worth saying that the models will actually slightly underestimate these snow showers, but even then you can see we have a signal quite nicely, and I'm going to use this French model because it has a better handle on the inland reach of the showers. You can see quite nicely where we've got those bands of showers pushing in during tomorrow. You can see one here across northern Scotland, one here across southern Scotland, parts of northern England there. And it's worth saying they will not be in real life. This is not going to be exactly how these showers are placed. They're going to be more kind of messy, more widespread, more kind of disorganized as well. But it gives you a pretty nice idea, and you can see into the evening tomorrow, we're going to see perhaps a longer spell of snow across northern Scotland and more organized showers across northern England. And if we zoom in on these regions, you can see that we are expecting accumulations to be fairly significant, as you can see here. Quite a lot of places seeing some sort of accumulation, and then the northeast areas of Scotland seeing up to 5 centimeters. Similar thing across southern Scotland and northern England, and that's kind of why we've got this those kind of enhanced levels on the graphic here. The kind of models have slight differences in exact accumulations, but this is the general thing you can expect, and the trend is the further higher up you go, the more snow you will see. And then, but again, it's kind of worth stressing that especially near the coast, and kind of depending on how unlucky or lucky you are, some areas may not see snow at all. But generally, because of the unstable flow like we've got here, we're going to see widespread, frequent and at times heavy showers across the northeastern half of the UK during tomorrow. Now, the kind of similar associated threat with that will be the risk of showers across parts of Ireland there. It's by kind of a similar process, that cold air moving over the milder sea and causing showers to form. The precipitation type will be a bit less confident in that it will be snow, but still, especially across high ground, you can see we're expecting to see snow there. Minimal accumulations, but still could be something with the risk of kind of sleetier stuff at lower levels. That's why we've got that kind of level 1 area over there. Now, the most uncertain risk comes with this band of rain, which you're already starting to see pushing in across the far southwest. This stuff here. There's likely to be a low pressure system, which, let me zoom out a bit. This low pressure system right here, you can see it's quite a complex system. We have a ridge of high pressure kind of blocking its movement, but then we have a few kind of different low pressure centers, and then we also have a slight band of convergence into the channel associated with that low pressure system with general rising motion. And even though we do have a slight ridge, as it pushes in, we could see a kind of pulse of heavier precipitation during the early hours of tomorrow morning, so kind of through Thursday, kind of 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 a.m. And that does bring the risk of a slightly longer spell of snow across the far southwest. Showing you the forecast accumulations is fairly interesting here. We could see possibly a covering of snow across these sort of regions, and then in this area, the kind of higher ground in the far southwest, could possibly see something more significant, maybe 5 to even 10 centimeters. But this is fairly uncertain because the icon model, as you can see here, shows barely anything. You can see just a very small accumulation in this region. By the way, ignore the icon accumulations for snow showers because I find it really underdoes the shower kind of risk. So showers is pretty useless, but for other types of snow, it's not useless. It's worth taking a look at. And as you can see here, that band during tomorrow morning, it does push in, but not quite as much as other models. Still, I reckon this would bring a kind of covering, especially across high ground, possibly a few centimeters. So the chance of snow across the southwest has definitely increased. That's why we've got that risk area there. If I show you the Arrow model, you can see quite clearly how it's favouring the high ground, which obviously makes sense because the high ground is colder, and so you get more kind of snow accumulation there. But also it does illustrate how even starting kind of 4 or 5 a.m. across the far southwest, you possibly could see a risk extending even further east as that band initially pushes in. And it's not really worth, if you're kind of a snow lover in this region, I wouldn't say it's worth staying up for. It's probably kind of slightly too uncertain, though still you do have the chance that by tomorrow morning, kind of lunchtime, you could see a fairly decent amount of snow in some places. Again, the high ground is favoured here, but in the kind of best case scenario for snow lovers, we could actually be looking at as much as 5 centimeters in these lower levels, though I still think that's rather uncertain. One thing we can look at is the ensemble. This is the snow forecast mean by the Arrow model, and you can see why we've got a bit of interest further east, and that's because actually a fair few. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong chart. Ignore that. So this is the mean of all the different ensembles snowfall, and you can see we've got a clearly favoured zone in this region for kind of as much as 5 to possibly 10 centimeters of snow, hence this area here. But also there is some support that we could see a snow risk slightly further east as well. So that's why we've got a kind of weaker zone here, and I just wouldn't rule out the chance of a few flakes during tomorrow morning across southwest England into southern central England there. Also, we have the risk of some snow showers across parts of southeast England and eastern England during tomorrow. Taking another look at the French row model here, you can see it has a kind of showers coming in across eastern areas. That's also into kind of Friday evening, Thursday, Friday evening there. Just, I would say that this is probably showing more rain than snow, so kind of imagine these all to be snow, and this could actually give a small accumulation. Similarly, we are looking at the potential for a few small kind of shower features pushing in on Thursday and into Friday across the southeast here, which could bring some light flurries into kind of parts of Kent, the home counties, those kind of areas. There is a slight signal also being picked up in the ensembles here, where we've got that blue shading, and of course a stronger signal further north, hence why these areas are in blue. So snow showers also possible across the east coast, and then possibly a small chance in kind of the southeast and London area. One or two of the ensemble members did suggest something a bit more significant, but that appears very unlikely for now, but still a snow risk there. Now, I said the southwest risk was the most uncertain, but then into the weekend, we are looking at the potential for a kind of renewed snow threat. And if you look at the GFS, you can see we have this very, very weak, but potentially quite interesting feature tracked through parts of central southern England from Wales, and this would bring a short spell of rather kind of moderate to heavy snowfall, possibly leading to accumulations of a couple of centimeters in places. However, the problem with these very small and weak lows, as you've got here, is that they are very, very hard to forecast. And if you even just change it back to one model run, you can see it was in a completely different place. It was also weaker, and it was much further north. So actually, also as an example of that, then go even further back, you can see that in this case it was again we actually had a second kind of feature to the south of us, and then another weaker feature to the north. So there really is a lot of uncertainty on this, so I wouldn't be expecting any snowfall in kind of any way. But as you can see, the models are suggesting something of kind of a snow event, a moderate weak snow event during Saturday into Sunday, the icon here for example. So it's worth being aware of it, and I will update you on Friday if that changes. So those are kind of all the snow risks summarized. I do have to say I'm going to be very busy from the weekend onwards, so the video on Friday will probably be the last video. But just a quick kind of recap of the snow risks here. You can check that graphic out on my Twitter. But if you do see snow, enjoy it, and thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye bye.